Hi everyone, this is Ilan from Common. In this video, we will be discussing about the new features in vSphere 6.5. VMware have introduced several new features in this 6.5 comparing to the earlier version. The first and the foremost new feature included is the new installer. Actually, this new installer has a new look and feel environment. Rather than that, it has additional options to upgrade, migrate and restore your existing vCenter environment. And also now they have the support for Microsoft operating system, Mac operating system and also for Linux operating system without any additional plugins required. And also in the earlier versions, Windows based vCenter server has more features than the virtual appliance, but now this virtual appliance has been improved a lot, and the 6.5 version of vSphere virtual appliance doesn't have more features comparing to the Windows version, and this includes the migration tool and improved appliance management and also native high availability. So this is a very great feature which is not available in the earlier version. So vCenter server itself has its own high availability features, so that we can have a load balancing and also the failover options. And this also includes its own backup and restore features, so that we need not to depend on any other backup solutions. And further discussing about the features of 6.5, the virtual appliance has been included with more improvements. So it also provides more management capabilities, so that in the home screen itself you can see the statistics of CPU and memory in the earlier versions also. And now it has been included with additional statistics reports, which includes network and database and also the disk space utilization, so that it is going to reduce our command line tasks, so that as an administrator we can easily monitor the utilizations and availability in the graphic screen itself. So here you can see where you can have the report of the utilization. So here in this screen I have shown you the monitor screen of database. So where it shows the transaction count and also the vCenter inventory size, and also it shows the utilizations, so that it will be easy for the administrator to monitor and manage the vCenter environment. And speaking about the other high availability feature, as I told earlier, this vCenter virtual appliance has its own high availability feature, where we can have active, passive and witness nodes, and that can be cloned from the existing vCenter server. So through that we can provide the high availability solution that too can be enabled, disabled or destroyed at any time. So and this can also help your planned maintenance solutions. And this is how your architecture shall be, where it can have the active and passive nodes, and also we can have a witness server separate. And this also includes the backup and restore feature, so where you can back up the vCenter server of your existing environment, and that can be restored whenever required, so that it can be done through even VMware or APIs. And also it has a compatibility with vSphere web client. Actually from vSphere 5.1 onwards, VMware is trying to deprecate the vSphere client, so that they are trying to promote vSphere web client. So most of the configurations can be done through the vSphere web client itself. So whatever we have done through using the vSphere client or vSphere user interface, so that can be done through web client itself. And also we can also manage our vCenter environment through Power CLI and also vCenter server REST APIs. And still they have the compatibility with vSphere web client, but vSphere client, but most of the configurations are available in vSphere web client. Few configurations might not be available in your vSphere client. And content library, this is another great feature. Earlierly we used to mount the ISOs for the virtual machines where the ISOs might be stored in data store or NFS store, wherever. And this content library helps us to mount the ISOs for the virtual machines, and it will help us to manage the ISOs in a central location. And vSphere update manager, this is also an existing feature, but this feature is not included in vCenter server virtual appliance of the earlier versions. So earlier versions we need to have a separate Windows server to run the update manager, but now we need not to have the separate Windows server to run the update manager, so which can run on the same machine of the virtual appliance. And the other feature is auto deploy. So this feature helps us to deploy the hypervisor on ESXi host using the PXE. And also it has the upgraded version of VMware Tools 10.1 and 10.0.12, so which can have the drivers required for most of the latest operating systems available, so which will help the optimize the performance of the virtual machines. And other feature is on security, so where VM encryption and encrypted vMotion and secure boot support of virtual machines, and also we can have a secure boot plus cryptographic hypervisor assurance for ESXi. So, and these features will help the security of our production environment. And other beautiful feature is proactive HA. So this proactive HA, usually HA will work when the host has been failed. The failed host VMs will be restarted on the other available host in the cluster. But after the failure occurs, only the HA will be aware about the failure. But this feature enables us to be proactive, so that this will be working on integration with the most of the hardware providers like HP or Dell. So their own monitoring servers will have the plugins which is required to notify the HA about the failure of any devices like processor, memory, or cooling fan. So if any device is getting degraded, that will be notified to the HA, and the HA will act proactively. So this may reduce the downtime. And also we have another feature is orchestrated restart on high availability. If some cases, if the host goes down, so the failed host VMs will get restarted in the other available host. But in this case, if any particular application, say if my web application requires a database, so before starting the application, web application server, the database has to be up, so that we can schedule, so which virtual machine should start first and which virtual machine should start second. So we can configure the dependency chain, so that this kind of application startup might not give you any troubles in HA environment. And other feature is vGPU configured VMs, so that if any virtual machine is configured for NVIDIA grade vGPU, so that if any host fails or goes down, so the HA will try to restart the particular virtual machine in the same configuration server where the same vGPU is available, so that the virtual machine will get the required resource. And also predictive DRS, and these two is like proactive HA, so that this DRS can pre-assess about the utilization, so that it can be ready to take the action, so that it need not to wait until the spike occurs. So this is also a beautiful feature. And they have also increased the number of LUNs that can be configured. So here it is increased up to 512 LUNs with 2000 paths, so that we can have multipathing configured without any issues. So in the earlier version, we will be able to create only 256 LUNs. Now it has been doubled. And also it has the support with NFS 4.1, so which can be combined with the Microsoft Active Directory, so that we can define the credentials with the Kerberos authentication, so that can improve the better security. And also this software iSCSI static routing support. So in the earlier versions, we were able to configure only one gateway for the kernel networks. So now we will be able to configure multiple gateways, so that we are able to configure static routing. So this is another great feature. And also as I told earlier, so every VM kernel network can have its own dedicated gateways configured on the VM kernel network. And I hope you got the information about the new features in vCenter server. So you may, if you have any doubt or any clarification related to this video, or any infrastructure server support or cloud related doubts or clarification, you can reach me at any time in the given email ID or the mobile number. And also you can subscribe this YouTube channel, so that you can get the regular updates which is posted by me. Thank you.